Okay, so this is the device and it is a licensed version. It is a licensed version here. Okay, let me show you device. And under the device, you have to go to the down here and click on licenses. You can see here the license details. Are you able to see this? Yeah. Right. So
Yes. Yes.
okay, so you can see here the date of issue of license is September 1st, 2016, and date of expire August 14. This is the Global Protect Gateway license. This is URL filtering license. This is for wildfire license, threat prevention license, and Global Protect Portal license. So these are licenses available associated with this Palo Alto device. Okay, now let me
So,
yes.
Anish, I have a question. So what happens after the date expires? Do you have to rebuy the license, or
See, once you
is it?
expired, okay, so you cannot do any kind of changes into your Palo Alto device. All the changes are, you cannot use these features. What you can see in the
Okay.
license, URL filtering, all this thing got disabled automatically. Okay, so what you need to
So
do?
it is a subscription-based
Yes,
license.
yes, yes. Once
Okay.
it will expire, okay. So you need to first renew the license. So that you no need to contact to direct Palo Alto. You need to contact to the vendor or the distributor from where you can purchase this device. You
Okay.
directly contact to Palo Alto network, Palo Alto customer care. So they will provide you one customer, one distributor name. So you need to contact the distributor, and then they will give you the new license. And this license cost is $300 right now.
Oh.
And you can see we just renewed this license. This is on September 1st. So we pay $300 for this license. And we have the authentication code. Okay, so you can directly connect with this license from support.paloalto.com website. So there's one website out here, support.paloaltonetworks.com. You can see here, this is the website, okay, support.paloaltonetworks.com. So once you have the device, so you need to create a login here into this website. You can see my name is there, my password is already there. So I need to log in here. And under this license, you need to go to the assets. And you can see here the serial number of this device, the model number of the license. And if you want to renew this, okay, so you need to click on action, and you need to first provide the activation code here. You have to provide the activation code, activation authorization code, which will receive in your mail. Let me show you the mail. I have that code. Okay, this kind of mail you will receive. This kind of mail you will receive. And you can see here the PO number and the authorization code 93854410. Yeah, so you need to copy this code and you need to paste it over here. And you can see the authorization code. Why we already renewed this license. It's the same.
So when you first buy the device, does it come with license? Do you have to separately buy
Yeah,
the
so
license?
once you buy the device, so the device cost is there and the license cost is also there.
Okay.
Might be possible there are some offers in the Palo Alto. They provide you some bundle offers, bundle license offers.
Right. Right.
Okay, so you need to use that. You need to buy the bundle offer. Okay, but once it got expired, so it is every year you need to renew the license.
Thank you, Anish.
Yeah.
That's my question.
Okay, so this is the license. Now, suppose if you have a licensed device, okay, licensed Palo Alto device, so you can directly upgrade your firewall, update your firewall. Okay, so how to update this? So first you need to go to the dynamic updates here. You have to go to the dynamic updates, and you can see here the dynamic updates are there. Okay, so first you need to install all the dynamic updates. So you can see here. So there is one update for application and threads, and it is download. We already download this, but not installed. We just download the updates, but haven't installed the updates, right? So we need to click on install review install on. So this will install these updates, and this is the wildfire update is done. You will now also download this. We haven't installed this. So first, before updating your license, updating the operating system, right now we have the Pan OS 6.1, right? Which we import in our VMware 6.0.1.
Yes,
This one, guys,
yes, sir.
6.1.0,
Yes, sir.
right?
VMware
So
Yeah,
this,
yes, yes,
yeah, so
Destination.
6.1.0 is the version. Okay, so before updating your software packet in your Palo Alto, first you have to go to the dynamic updates. You need to install all these updates first. And after updating this, you have to go to the software here. Click here on software, and you can see here. And right now, this Palo Alto version is 7.1.1. You can see here currently installed. It's the 7.1.1. Okay, but remember one thing, guys. Before updating any kind of Palo Alto version, software version, please review the release notes. Please review the release notes here, because in this release notes you have the information. What kind of changes are happened. This is the thing here in this release notes. You have to go here this release note, whether it is supported for your device for the version which you are using. So remember this, guys, everyone. You have to go through the release note. You have to first read the release note. Okay. So this is the how you can update your firewall. Understood, guys? This one is the easy thing.
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes, Anish.
Good. Because see, when you go for the real environment, okay, when you join in the job, okay, and this is not a real environment, but in there, but you have to do these things. You have to update your Palo Alto software version. You have to update your dynamic updates. So this kind of things you have to do. Okay. So that's why I'll show you this how to update this, how to update, how to install dynamic updates. Okay, so dynamic updates has the information. Suppose in your antivirus, all of you using antivirus, right? Okay, so in
Limited.
antivirus, okay. So suppose if you're using any antivirus, like we can say ESET, okay. So ESET also, each and every antivirus has a virus definition, right? And it is got updated every time to time,
Yes.
right? Right. So
Yep.
it's the same here. So it has the one application called application threads. So one kind of feature. So there are new threads available in the market. Okay. So this all these updates are available here in dynamic updates. So you need to install these updates. You need to install these updates in your device, Palo Alto device. Is the new threads are there? Is the new
How
application?
often should we do this? Every once a week or every once a month?
Now you can see here there is one schedule here. Every
Oh,
Wednesday at 1 2.
download only.
So this will download only. So you can choose a schedule also. You can choose schedule also from here.
Right.
Okay. So these are the other updates.
What is a wildfire?
Wildfire is one kind of feature available in Palo Alto. Don't worry, we have a session for that.
Okay.
Don't worry. We are going to step by step. I can complete this whole training within a week, but none of you understand anything. That's why I'm moving slowly, slowly.
Right. I get it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, the configuration is easy. Let me just tell you a few things very frankly about the Palo Alto. The configuration, create the policies, do creating a netting of net rules, creating objects, network. All this are easy, but you need to first understand the concept. The theory is difficult in the Palo Alto, and no, we cannot say difficult one, but it's a lengthy theory. Okay, so I choose the topics here every day. So we have some part of theory session, we have some part of practical session. So you haven't, otherwise if I start like first theory then practical, then none of you understand anything, right? Okay, so this is a device, so we are not using right now. So today we are going to discuss about the Destination NAT. Okay, so in the Destination NAT, guys, okay, so we already create one NAT policy. How many NAT policies we created till now in our Palo Alto PAVM, the virtual firewall?
See, 3.
Three?
In, out, and DMZ. 3.
I'm asking about NAT policy.
Hired and static.
Oh, yeah.
How many NAT policies we created?
1.
Okay, that's good. Let's just see, check. How many NAT policies are here?
No,
How many, guys?
just one.
2.
Two.
NAT and service NAT.
One is a path
Server
policy.
NAT.
One is
Static NAT.
port address, and then the other one is network
But
address.
it is also
Just
under the
one.
NAT, na? It is also under the NAT.
Oh. All right, I see.
One.
It also do the source address translation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now today we are going to discuss about this. Okay. So in the last session we have created one NAT policy, right? Okay. For to give access of DMZ server to outside, right? To
Right.
give access to DMZ server to outside network. Okay. So this policy, this whole policy is called what, guys? Anyone knows? Which kind of netting is this? Don't tell me the source static or height net.
Bidirectional?
Bidirectional.
Okay. Now we create one policy, right? Suppose this is my server, right? This is my server. Okay, this is my Palo Alto device. We can say PA. Okay, this is my outside world. Okay, so this is connected here. This is one router here, right? And this is a server one, right? So we create, this is my DMZ, so we can say S1 server one. Okay. So we create two policies here to allow this DMZ server one access by the one user called Louis.
Internet.
Louis can access from outside my network, right? This is my user called Louis can access. Okay, so first policy what we can do, we create first NAT policy, right?
Yes.
This one, the rule number 2, you can see in this NAT rule, right? And second, we also create one security policy under the security. One security policy here. This one, right? We also create one security policy for DMZ. Remember?
Yes.
Okay, and under the netting, okay, this kind of netting, okay, this is called what? This is called Source NAT. This is called what? Source NAT. I'm not able to write with the mouse, so it's very difficult to write with the mouse.
Yeah, so that's the name of the
Netting
policy?
Source NAT, not the policy. It's a one kind of netting process in the Palo Alto, Source NAT. So we have done here Source NAT. We create one policy for Source NAT. So this is
Okay.
and if you see here, the translated packet we choose here the source translation, right?
Okay, yeah.
The source address got translated, right? And we also enable one option called bidirectional in the security policy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So what this will do?
The last tab.
Yeah. So this will allow this kind of traffic, right? And we enable the bidirectional. This will also allow this way also, right?
It could go both ways.
Both ways.
both ways.
Right.
Yeah.
But in this Palo Alto, we have another option. We have another option called Destination NAT. We have another option called Destination NAT. Okay. Now, what is the Destination NAT? Let me just show you the diagram first. Let me just remove all these things first. Okay, this is the diagram. Okay, so in this Destination NAT, let me just open.
So if the PC1 wants to access DMZ, so it goes to the internet and then to the DMZ.
Just a moment. Hold on. I will explain you all this thing. Don't worry. Let me just create one diagram here. Okay, this is my server 1. Okay, this is my 1/3 because my server 1 DMZ server is connected to 1/3, right?
Yes.
This is my
Yes.
1/1 outside network. This is my router. You can say router, and this is my ISP, and this is my Palo Alto device. Okay, and we have one more interface here. It's connected to one more user. So, and this is 1/2.
2.
Yes. So we have 3 zones, right? Outside, then inside, and DMZ. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Now, so what is Destination NAT? Okay, because in Palo Alto, guys, the netting is important. In Palo Alto, the netting is important. Okay, so in the Destination NAT, okay, what we are going to do? Okay, there is one user. Let me choose one color here. That is one user called Luis. Luis is a user. Luis wants to access. Now, we also choose one IP address for the. We also create one policy. Let me show the policy here first. Where is this? This one. No.
Anish,
Yes.
please can you record this session?
I am already recording.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you.
Come on. Yes. Now you can see here the security policy. We already do one translation, right? Yeah. This one. Let me show this. What is our destination here? 192.168.1.48. So this is one global reachable IP address, right?
Right.
This is one globally reachable IP address.
Hmm.
So who is trying to access my DMZ server? So that person will directly going to translate to this IP address, right?
Yes.
Right. So we
Yes.
create this policy in our security zone, in my security policies, under my policy under security one, right? So we have one global reachable IP address, okay, which is associated with this here. So global reachable IP address, okay, that is also from this router, right? The one free IP address we use for global reachable IP address, right? My router IP address is, let me show the diagram here. This is my router. My router IP address is what? 192.168.1.1, right? And 1.47 IP address are assigned to the outside network, right?
Right.
Right? And 1.48 we use for the translation.
Translation IP.
Yes. So anyone try to access
Yes.
the server 1, so that person will directly go to redirect to 2.2.1, it directly go to translate to 1.48.
Right.
Right?
Right.
We have the one more IP address .48 here that we use in our security policy, right? Come on,
Okay.
this one 1.48, right? So you can see here in the diagram also that let me this is the diagram. Okay, so 1.47 is associated with the 1/1 and 1.41, that is my globally reachable IP address, okay, from to server 1. So if this user Luis wants to access the server 1, So it will directly first communicate to this 1.48, right? Because we create one security policy for this one. The destination IP for the server one is what? This one, 1.48, right? Hello, guys, are you there?
Yes, Anish.
All of you?
Yes, Anish. Yes, Anish.
So this topic is the
Yes,
important
Anish.
one, guys. Because if I'm asking you something, so you please, if you got confused, please ask me. Okay, so 1.48, according to our security policy which we have created, according to the security policy, we have one option here, 1.1 IP address 1.48, and that is global reachable IP address for this server one, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if
Yes, Anish.
one user Louis wants to access this web server one, so he will directly communicate with my globally reachable IP address, right? He's not able to communicate with my direct server one, the original IP
Yes.
address. Right.
Yes, yes.
So suppose the Louis has the IP address called here. Let me just write down here. We can say 23.2.2.98. So this is the IP address for the Louis. Okay. Now he wants to access this server one. Okay. Now, so what is the source room for this destination NAT? Who wants to access server
Outside?
one? What is the source zone?
Outside?
Right.
Outside.
Yes. The source zone would be outside.
Outside.
Outside zone, right? Now here there is a confusion. The destination zone. Don't get confused here. I'm trying to explain this easy way. Okay. Now in this destination zone, okay. Now what is my destination? Or Louis wants to access directly communicate with which IP address?
Server 1, that is
Which IP address?
10.2.2. 10.2.2. It wants to
He
communicate
is
with
not
that.
able to
That is
directly communicate with you. First he will
yeah. So
connect to this
192.48.
this one, right? Okay.
Yeah, that one.
So
Yeah.
now, so I have a question for all of you guys. Now this IP address belongs to which interface out of these three?
1/1.
1/1.
Outside, right?
Yeah, outside. Yes.
Outside. Okay. So Louis wants to access server one, and for server one we already created one security policy, and over there we already translated a packet, the 10.2.2.1 IP address, one packet directly got translated to 1.48. So here the destination for this NAT policy also be outside.
Hello.
Hello? Everybody hear me, guys?
Anish, could you again just tell what you said, because it
Yes.
was blank for like 10 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, we lost your voice.
Okay.
Lost your voice.
Fine. Fine. Now it's fine. Are you able to hear me now, everyone?
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
good.
Yes, Anish.
Now, so 1.48 that is associated with my outside world, right? 1/1 interface, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
so Louis wants to access server 1, but we already create one security policy here. So in that security policy, we mentioned that the translator, the whatever IP, whatever packet that is got hit to the server 1, it has directly got translated to the 1.48 IP address, right? So this 1.0 IP address also belongs to my outside network, right? It is not from my DMZ zone. It is from my outside zone.
Yes.
So your destination zone also be outside,
Yeah.
not your DMZ, because you already created one policy, security policy, and over there we do one translation. Okay, so
Yes.
destination zone would be also be outside.
Got it.
Understood this,
Yes.
Mhm.
everyone?
Then
Anish,
how
can you
will
show the
Louis
policy
be?
page?
Sorry.
Can you show the policy page, please, again?
Yeah. This one.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
Understood this? This is our destination NAT, guys. This is the concept of destination NAT.
Okay.
Okay. And one more thing. Let me just change the color here. Now, here. Okay. Now we also create one NAT policy, right? For this 1/2 to the outside world. This one,
Yeah.
right? And
Yes.
he will access the service HTTP,
Mhm.
right? And SSL and web browsing, right? We can say HTTPS.
Yes, Anish.
Okay. So we create this policy here. So here we also do the what? Source netting. Here we also do the source netting. So any user, so we are hiding the source IP address here. And the source NAT, remember one thing guys, the source NAT, you are hiding the source IP address. You are
Okay.
hiding the source IP address. For here in this example, second example, your source is what? This one, 1/2. The user Bob. Bob is user, right? Bob is a source who
Yeah.
wants to access these services. So that becomes a source, right? And we also do one netting here. So no one can see which which IP address is using by the Bob. So we do here the source netting here. Okay, and here also in this DMZ server, we already create one policy, right? So there also we do the source netting. There also we do the source netting. But in this DMZ, we enable the one option called bidirectional, right? Bidirectional. This option we
Mhm.
enable. So that means what? The traffic between server 1 to outside world and outside world to server 1 enabled. We enable this using the bidirectional, both the ways, right? But there is one option also is there that is called Destination NAT. Okay, so this is we are going to do now. Let's just see all these things practically. Then you have the better understanding of all this. This is called what? Destination NAT, guys. And how to do this thing? So open your Palo Alto,
So
go to.
Anish, I have a question.
Mhm.
So by source netting, if you mean that when a user is trying to access the internet will not know the user's IP address,
Right, right,
and by destination, you mean that a user is accessing a DMZ server, and the user will not know the IP address of the DMZ server, right?
right.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Because in Palo Alto, you also may receive this kind of question in the interview. Walk me through the netting process in Palo Alto. You will receive this kind of question during the interview. Because netting is the most important thing in the Palo Alto. Okay, so go to NAT here. Okay, now here you can see we have the one tool here, the source NAT. So we can have the server one static NAT, right? Static NAT here. So what is our source zone? DMZ, that is our source zone, right? Yeah, let me just enable this pan here. Here's the pan. Yes. So DMZ our source zone, right? And outside there is our destination. Outside zone, that is destination. Okay. And the source address is server one local IP address, that is 2.1, right? 10.2.2.1, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, and we do the source translation. So whatever packet source is the 10.2.2.1. Okay, 10.2.2.1. So that will go redirect to this IP address, the globally reachable IP address. And we also enable the bidirectional, right? Okay, but here we have the destination NAT. To apply the destination NAT, first we need to disable this policy. Otherwise, this got conflict with our destination NAT policy. So we are going to disable this. So select this policy, and you have the option here disable. Click here disable. Come on. Yes, it got disabled now. You can see here. This is disabled. Okay, now here we are going to create one more policy for destination NAT. Okay, so To add a policy, we need to click on add. Okay, now here we need to provide one name here. So come on guys, tell me what kind of name we provide here. We can say Destination NAT for server 1, right?
Over.
Okay, then we move to the next, that is original packet. What is our source zone for the Destination NAT according to this?
Outside.
Outside zone. What is our destination zone? Someone is zoning
Outside.
outside.
Okay.
Now here, so this is our source dash outside zone, destination also outside zone. Okay, now this is, I know this is it's somehow confusing. Okay, but this is the real destination NAT, how it works. Okay, now here destination interface. Right now we have the interface 1/1 that is associated with my outside zone, right? But suppose if you have more than one interface that is associated with the outside zone, so you can also select any interface here. You can also select any interface. If you don't know which interface are associated with my outside zone, so you just need to select here any. Okay. Now here we have the source address. So what is the source address? According to this policy, what is the source address? Who wants to access my server 1? Who
Luis.
wants to access my server 1?
Luis.
Luis. So US becomes my source, right?
Luis.
Right. But the
Amy
Luis,
would be the.
sorry.
So the IP would be anyone, right? Because
Yes, yes.
Luis is outside.
Yes,
Okay.
that am. But Luis is on my outside wall, right? So he is using any kind of IP address. So we don't know who wants to access my server 1. So we can select here the source any. Okay. But what is my destination? So what I select here? What is our destination, guys?
DMZ server.
DNS server.
Dot 48.
Right. That's true. The globally reachable IP address associated with my DMZ server 1 is 192.168.1.48. Okay, so right now we don't have address for this one, so we are going to add an address for this 1.48. So we can name this, that is global NAT IP address, global server 1 IP. We can say global server 1 IP. Then here maybe which IP address we are going to assign? 192.168.1.48. Right? Right, guys?
Yes, yes, Anish.
Good. You click OK. Then you can see here. So let me just recall this thing. Our source zone is outside. The destination zone is also outside. The interface, any interface. The source address, any. Destination address, our globally reachable IP address associated with my server 1. Now, if all these policies, all this rule matches, then the packet got translated to. Now, the last time we create a policy for the source address translation, right? Now we are going to create this using destination address translation. We are going to create a policy using destination address translation. So enable this. Now under the translation address, which address we need to select? Which address we want to translate?
Server 1 local IP.
Right. Server 1 local IP. Yes, this is right. And click OK. So you can see here to create the policy called Destination NAT. Now I want to apply this. So click on commit, click OK. So this will apply to this. Okay, now remember one thing, we disable this static net, which the policy which we have created earlier. We disable this. Okay, now we create this destination NAT to access our web server, right? So let's just check whether we have the access of web server or not. Before that, let me just see whether it's Powered on, no, it's not powered on. So first we need to power on this. Okay, which IP address we assign to this one? Anyone knows?
Server IP.
Hmm. Which IP address?
The server 1 IP 10.10.2.2.250.
No, guys. We need to assign 1.48.
48.
That is the globally reachable IP address, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Anish,
Yes.
hello, Anish.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
Just a quick question. Can I ask now?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So, in while you were setting it up, you set the source and destination both as outside, right? That's just because we are choosing bidirectional. Am I right, or is it something else?
No, this is the destination NAT. Here we are doing the destination NAT. This is destination NAT. So in the destination NAT, what
Okay.
we have? Okay, this is my Louis who wants to access my web server, but the web server already have one policy, 1.48, right?
Yeah.
We already transferred the
Yeah.
packet to 1.48, and that IP address 1.48 that is also from my outside zone.
Okay.
Right. So Louis is also from outside zone, outside world, and 1.48 also from outside.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mm.
That's why we choose the
Okay.
source and destination outside.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Thanks, Anish.
Understood now? But why we are not able to
Yeah,
access,
I
guys?
got it.
Why it's not working?
It's not set up in GNS3.
Sorry.
The VMware. The firewall running in the VMware.
Mm-hmm. Let's just check the setting for the DMZ here. Okay, do one thing. Let's just create a new project.
I think there was a folder number VM1. Maybe because of that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just create a new one. Okay, okay. Switch. Go router here. Connector. Connect this one with the switch. Okay, now that's fine. Now we need to first configure this. So first power on. Now console. So we have this console here. Okay, now we need to type the command. So I'm not typing it. I'm going to copy and paste the same command. Control C, Control V. Okay, now this is done. Now check IP. Show IP. What is the command for checking the IP address, guys? In router.
Show IP dash address.
No.
Show IP config.
No. Come on. What is the command? Let's just type ns lookup. Not working.
Or we can check by just type show and press right question mark, and then you can find out the IP. I mean, I use with you can use with show. And,
So IP. So int IP. Great. So
Anish, type show
IP
run.
route,
what type? What I need to type?
IP route.
Show run.
Run.
Yeah.
Run.
Anish, is it
Yeah.
wait,
IP route?
show running.
Yeah.
Sure.
Enter.
Come on, guys. It won't show you the IP address.
Anish,
Yeah,
is it I show IP route?
Show IP int. Okay, what is this?
No,
Yes, yes,
not in route.
yes. This one, this one. We have the IP now. This is.
I'm sorry. Which one did we use?
So IP int interface.
Show IP int.
Yes, int for interface. This one. Okay, now this is done. Now let's just exit from here. It has all these things. Wait, I think the command is quit. Okay, what's this? Now let's just check whether we have, no, not this one. Come on. Yes, now we have, guys. Yes, you can see now. We have the access now of our router.
Okay.
So might be some possible, there's some confusion between this configuration issues.
So, what was the problem?
I think I changed the device configuration. That's why.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
So Anish, if we enable that static destination, like the policy, what would happen if there are like two different policies at the same time and you try to access it?
It won't get commit.
Oh, it won't get committed. Right.
And you can directly also check the routes from here. So IP route. Yes, this is the route. And the command is here, the IP address. So IP int brief. This is the command. This one, guys. This give you the brief details. Okay, so we have access of our router. So that means what, our destination policy working fine, right? This one, this is working fine. We disable this one. So understood this, guys?
Yes.
The destination NAT.
Yes, Anish.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
Anish.
Any question?
So basically what we did is we tried to create the exact same thing but by using the destination.
Right. We already done this
instead of
thing.
using the,
Yes, we already do this,
right.
but here we enable bidirectional.
Right.
Right. But in the destination NAT, okay, we enable this. Instead of bidirectional, choosing that bidirectional, we'll create one more policy to allow
Right.
the Louis to access our web server.
Is there any
Anish,
benefit to doing this as compared to the one that we did in the second?
Okay, now see, in this we have more chances. Okay, in this the service NAT, okay, we enable the bidirectional. That means what? The chances are more to attack,
Okay.
because the server one on this outside user wants to see the IP address, because here the IP address are not going to translate it. It is the source translation, not the destination translation.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Right. Suppose my Louis wants to access, so Louis becomes the source, right? And the destination, that is
Yes.
our
Yes.
DNS server. So that the Louis directly connected to the real IP address of my server, not this 192.168.1.48.
हो गया खत्म
Right.
Understood?
But that was for the static. But right now, Louis cannot see that IP address.
Yes.
So it is safer.
Yes, it's safe. The destination is also safe.
Anish,
Yes.
Anish, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So now server 1 cannot access the internet, right?
We can.
Because you put a destination NAT is also bidirectional.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so here we can do, we also do this thing, but here in this source NAT, we just disable it bidirectional.
Okay.
So this will
So
allow
in
to DNS
destination
also.
NAT,
Yes.
yeah, in destination NAT, you're like allowing Louis, a user who's outside, to access the internet. Suppose like the DMZ server wants to access outside network, will this policy be enough or should we enable the second one?
This one, we need to enable the second one.
Okay, so how do you enable and disable a policy? Can you
Here,
just tell me
yes.
that?
Select this and enable here.
Oh, okay, okay,
This is the
that's fine.
option
Thank
here.
you. Okay, thank
And
you.
you have the option for clone policy, create a clone policy.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone,
Anish,
I think,
so
yes, yes.
yeah, so this destination NAT is going to be in only one direction, from the internet to the NAT translate
Outside to
data.
DMZ.
Outside to but DMZ is through the dot 48 port, right?
Yes, yes. But
So the dot 48,
indirectly what happened here, the Louis wants to access DMZ server, but we put one, we already do one translation, right?
yeah,
Here in security one.
yeah,
Here, this one. So what happened here? Here indirectly we create the policy according to our the create policy, what the policy which we have created in our security function. Okay. So indirectly here we are doing the outside to DMZ.
okay. So how will the packet flow, like, so it will come from the ISP, from the user to the uh, network address translated part. From there it will go to DMZ.
Right.
Okay,
First, it will check the security policy,
okay,
whether that is allowed or not. The web server
okay,
access service is allowed or not. If it is allowed, then it will move to the next NAT policy. Okay, and this
okay,
all these things, all this checking process, okay, is doing parallelly.
okay,
This is the prior, because if we see all this, you can see here under the policy you have so many options here. If each of
yeah,
the topic here, the security NAT, US, if this will take time, so might be possible sometimes if some packet got dropped, or you
oh,
lost some
okay,
packets, right? So all this process is going parallel.
okay, okay, and
Yes.
so security policy is also going to like be checked simultaneously, and then once it's approved, it's going to go to NAT, or both are going to happen together. And security is down, then NAT is not. How will NAT not be executed?
I didn't get your question. Can you please come again?
So Anish, you told that both will take place simultaneously, correct?
This one?
The NAT
This
policy
source
and
NAT and this
security policy.
source NAT and destination NAT.
No, not these two. Once the user sends a packet, both the security policy and NAT policy is going to be checked
Right.
simultaneously.
Yes.
So when will the packet be dropped? Once security policy or NAT policy is not uh, like it does not get through it.
Yes. Suppose if we haven't created the policy here to
Okay.
allow the HTTP service, because we create one security policy to allow
Yeah.
HTTP service for server 1, but we haven't created the policy, so in the packet directly got dropped automatically
Yeah.
because there is no
Okay.
policy here into your rule base.
Okay. Okay. But that the NAT policy what we created now, all it itself depends upon the security policy, correct? Because both are going, since this one is both source and the destination as outside zone, so unless the security policy is correct, we won't be able to even process the NAT policy.
Okay, now for this, okay, now there are two terms we use in this Palo Alto. Okay, that is called Post-NAT. Post-NAT. Come on. Post-NAT. Okay, there is one more term called Pre-NAT. Just to make this. We have two options called Post-NAT zones. Post-NAT zones. There are two types: Post-NAT zones and Post-NAT Pre-NAT addresses. Come on. You can understand by this addresses, or do I need to write down whole thing?
No, it's fine.
Is that fine?
No, we can understand it.
You
Yes,
cannot,
yes,
you
we can
cannot
understand
understand.
We can.
Okay, so there are two types: Post-NAT zones and Pre-NAT zones. Okay, so in this security policy, let me just move to the security one. What is this? Yes, this one, security. Okay, in the security, now we can see here, we create a policy here between two zones, right? Here, outside to inside. This one. There are two zones, outside to inside. So this is called what? Post-NAT zones. This whole thing. This is called what? Post-NAT zone. Okay, but we translated this into one globally reachable IP address. That is called what? Pre-NAT address. This is what? Pre-NAT address. So this is the post-NAT zones and this is pre-NAT addresses. Here. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Anish.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Everything goes on
We're here.
over your head. Hello? You understood
Yeah,
this? Post-NAT, pre-NAT?
not exactly. Like I understood that the zone of going from outside to DMZ is post-NAT and it has a translation address, which will be called a pre-NAT address.
Okay, remember one thing. When the zones comes, that is also
Okay.
post-NAT. When the word
Okay.
zone comes, that is always post-NAT. When the post word called addresses, IP address or anything, IP or IP address, that is pre-NAT.
Oh, okay.
Remember
Okay,
that.
now I get it. Yeah, how it works. Okay.
Now understood,
Yeah. Got it, Anish. Yeah.
everyone?
Yes,
Hello?
Anish.
Everyone, I am asking this question to each and everyone who is present over here.
Yes,
Yeah,
Anish.
it's Anish. Yeah.
Guys, you have a surprise Viva. Don't worry. Not today. So you can answer now. So understood this concept? Destination NAT, pre-NAT, post-NAT.
Yes, Anish.
Yes.
Now I have a few questions for you. Can I ask you? Regarding this destination NAT only, what we have seen today. Regarding this destination NAT only. Can we go ahead?
Yes.
Good. Now
Yeah.
first question, okay. Answer the question regarding the destination NAT only. I'm asking you the three questions today, and these whole three questions are regarding the destination NAT only. Now first question, which IP goes into security policy? We have two options. You have to, I'm going to give you two options. Which
I'm
IP
sorry,
goes
can you
into,
ask the question again?
yes. Which
Yeah.
IP goes into security policy? Pre or post NAT? Pre-NAT or post-NAT?
Post-NAT.
I think you, let me repeat the question. Which IP goes into security policy? Pre-NAT or post-NAT?
Pre-NAT. Pre-NAT, it's an address.
Pre-NAT.
Yeah.
Pre-NAT.
Yeah.
Pre-NAT. Okay. Now next question. The answer
How?
is pre-NAT.
Could you explain like why?
Wait,
Because I thought pre-NAT was
Nimish. Let me just complete the
okay.
second question, then I will explain it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, now second question, which destination zone is used in a security policy? Which destination zone used in a security policy? And you and other you have same options, two options, pre-NAT or post-NAT.
Post-NAT.
What is the answer?
Post-NAT.
Post-NAT, right. Now, Nimish, you have a question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I just explain you this thing. When the zones word comes here, this thing, the zones. So that is always a post-NAT. That is always a post-NAT,
Right.
guys. Okay, and when the IP address or any kind of IP addresses or anything comes up, so that is always pre-NAT. So remember this. This is the easiest way to remember this post-NAT and pre-NAT. So first question, let me just repeat this again. First question is, which IP goes into security policy? So here there is one word called IP is there. So that answer is always pre-NAT.
Pre-NAT.
Okay. And second question we have, that is which destination zone is used in security policy? So we have one word called here zone.
Post.
So that is answer is
Post.
post-NAT. Amish, now understood?
Right. Yes. That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
One more thing that I understood was, if we're trying to access something from outside, then it has to go through the firewall first before
Right.
we get the access.
Right.
So that is pre-NAT.
Yes.
Because we're not translating anything.
Yes.
Anything that comes out has to come through the firewall.
Yes.
It should be post.
Yes. So
That's
first
all.
it will move
Thank
here, the address, then it will move to the post-NAT, the zones. But because first contact is the address, global reachable address, right? When the Louis wants to access the DNS server. Okay, so we have one IP address 48, right? So Louis first contact to this IP address, right?
Yes.
Louis first
Yes.
contact is this IP, that is pre-NAT. You can see here pre-NAT.
Yeah.
And then it will move
Yes.
to the zones, post-NAT, to the DMZ zone, the server one.
Post.
Yes, that is post-NAT.
Yeah. Now got it.
Now understood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
This is
And
the
this
now see, still I know that you have some issues, some doubts, so you can clear up now. Yes, go ahead.
okay. So like if they ask this as like a very big question, like in an interview or something, then should we like say it as a globally translated address for the first question maybe? Should we say it as a globally translated address, or should we say it as pre-NAT or post-NAT?
Now see, these are now see, right now we are discussing only security policy. We are not moving to NAT.
Okay, fine.
Right. So in the security policy also, if we do one address translation, destination address, here if you put one address here, so that is a pre, and this one becomes post. So you can, now someone asks you a question, please walk me through the NAT process in Palo Alto. Okay, so you want me to just tell them and give him an example regarding the DNS server, like this one, what
Okay.
we have done here. So use this kind of example in your answer.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, and second part, you have to tell them we can also do two kind of translation in the Palo Alto: source address translation and destination address translation. In the source address, we are hiding the source IP address. Okay. But in destination, we are hiding what? Which IP address?
The DMZ servers.
Right.
Destinations.
Okay, but in the source address transition, we have one option called to allow the communication in both the ways. That is called one option called bidirectional. But in the destination zone, we don't have the option bidirectional.
Yeah.
Right. So this kind of words you have to use during your answer, guys. Bidirectional, source NAT, destination NAT, pre-NAT, post-NAT. Okay, so these are the simple things, right? Okay, that you have to use this kind of words in your answers. Okay, so this will impact your good that you have the knowledge about this device, and this will give you the great chances to crack the interview. Okay. Now one more question left. It is why the outside zone used twice in our destination NAT example. Who is going to explain me this? Why is the outside zone used twice in our destination NAT example? Hello?
Yes.
Anish, so is it like because ISP as well as the router both belong to the outside zone, and when we are accessing when the user is trying to access it first, the source is still the outside zone, and once it comes to the router, that's where our NAT address is, and that's where the user is destined to go to. So that becomes the destination. So the destination is also the NAT, and that's why it's still an outside zone.
Simple thing, guys. So we create one security policy. In the security policy, we translate the 10.2.2.1 address to the one globally reachable IP address, right? So that globally reachable IP address associated with net outside zone. Okay, so if anyone wants to access my web server, any DMZ server, so that user from ISP, so that is from outside network, and my globally reachable IP address that is also from ISP. That's why we have the outside zone twice in our destination NAT example. Simple. It's simple.
Okay.
Guys.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Are you there?
Yes.
All of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Satish.
So, now understood this NATing. Now we complete the NATing process
Yes.
in Palo Alto. Source NAT, destination NAT, pre-NAT, post-NAT. Okay, I'm asking you a question anytime, guys, regarding this. So be careful, everyone.